All right, hey guys. Welcome back. I guess. This is going to be the second song off the mixtape called "Authentic," produced by H3 Music, that I'll be dissecting. So I just got a notification. Uh, yeah. If you want to watch my other ones or my other one that I first did, which is Deeper Than Rap, it'll be on my channel. I'll put a link to it in the description, and I'll also put another link in the description for the next video, which I plan to do either later today or tomorrow to finish. So yeah, not a lot of explanation, but just a quick recap or something, I guess. This is just going to be me dissecting my lyrics off of some of my songs. Um, so I'll be going down through this mixtape from Deeper Than Rap all the way to Playing with My Own Hopes. And right now we are on the second song, which is called Authentic. And I will be dissecting that. And yeah, I'll be playing the music, have the lyrics on screen, and then I'll pause it and cut to it to me talking about it. And yeah, this is just me talking about the line, me dissecting it, me giving context for the song idea and stuff like that, whatever I just got to say about it. So yeah, let's get to it. Um, to be honest, like the start of this song was I really wanted, I was in a mood to make like a hard song like this. And like I was listening through some beats, and authentic authentic just randomly, it came together. Um, Nothing really too crazy. Like I said, I was just in a mood to make like a hard song. Like I was in a heavy mood to make it, and then first verse started going, and then slowly started to finish the rest of the song, like, in terms of writing, and then other recording it and stuff like that. And yeah, that's just how the song came together. And I also needed another song just to add on the mixtape because I didn't want it to be an EP. So I was just trying to get and push songs out as fast as possible and good as possible, hopefully. And yeah, that's just how Authentic was, or made and created.
Hey, I've had people I don't even know calling me names when they don't even know me. What a story to tell. I'm scorching the yell, but I gotta save it when I hit the mic and wait to fire back.
Okay, the very first, I mean not first line, the like first couple lines of the song, it is a true story, believe it or not. um, I wrote that line because I remember going into a Discord call, like just randomly, and like I doubt they even knew me, but I just joined it just cause. And then this like girl, like I don't know, she just started calling me stuff, and like, bro, what? You don't even know me, you know? And there you go. That line comes into play, and with me saying I've had people, um, I think that can resonate with a lot of us too, just because of like there's going to be people that say things about us that don't even know us, like that's just probably going to happen just cause. And me saying, what a story to tell. I'm scorching the yell. That's pretty me. That is pretty much being me being like me going to tell about it in the song and just write it. And me scorching the yell is like I'm just wanting to just like just say it into the mic. And that's where that next line comes in, where I say, "But I gotta save it when I hit the mic and wait to fire back." And to me, that's me being like, why respond in like a talkative way when I could just put this into the craft that I, am doing and working on, and into something that I do, and I could just rap it on the mic, and that's my way of just responding and firing back. So that's that's how these first couple lines started of the song.
Back. Even if I fail, I prevail. Going through the ups and downs of life like a scale. You can't put the reins on me, I'm throwing down hell. Log to the bottom, I no option to bail.
Um, I'm pretty sure I got that line from. I was inspired by that line by Logic. Like I'm trying to like figure out what to rhyme with, and then Prevail came into mind, I believe, and then Logic on Midnight. I think he said something like like prevailing, like even if you fail, like if I fail I prevail or something like that. But he said something similar like that, and I just like tried to like uh say it in my way. So which is, something which is a good mentality to have. Even if you fail, you don't lose, you learn, you prevail. um I'm gonna prevail either way. um Going through the ups and downs with life like a scale, that's just normal. We're gonna go through ups and downs with life like a scale. Like we're gonna have ups, and then we're gonna have downs, and then it's always random. You can't put the reins on me, I'm throwing downhill. This is I I spelled out reins like being held back, like REIGNS, like being held back. Like you can't put the reins on me, like you can't take hold of me. um and that's also me. Like I would say it's a double entendre in a way, but this is me. Like that's the first reason. The second reason is also just like rain. Like you can't put the reins on me, like rain. I'm throwing down hail. And uh, you can also take it as like me throwing down, like like I want to say destruction. That's just cringy to say, but I think hopefully you know what I mean. Um, Locked with the bars in mind, no option to bail. That's pretty, explanatory. Locked with the, rap bars in mind, and no option to bail, to leave it and just continue to like find bars in my head and stuff, and just try to figure out and put it on my pad and stuff like that. So there you go.
There's no chain too bright for my sight. To be hypnotized, I don't think I wanna sleep to see a dream. I've been up all night on the grind to see it live.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. That line literally just came to my head like after I wrote an option to bail. Like that literally just came to my head. Like there's no chain too bright for my sight. Like that just kind of flowed well too off the cause I'm trying to like sometimes I'll randomly try to I want to say freestyle lines. Um because like I won't even lie, I'm not even a great freestyler. I'm just being 100% honest, but I mean like it's what it is. Um but yeah, that's literally the first line I heard when I tried to like fit some stuff on the beat, and that just came off top. Um to be hypnotized, yeah, okay. I don't think I want to sleep to see a dream. That's literally just I wrote that because I was literally up like late at night, like really late at night, just writing and stuff like that. And I did that because I finished recording a song, and then I started writing this, I believe. Remember, a lot of these songs were made like a while ago, so I don't remember too much. So yeah, and it's true. I've been up all night on the grind to see it live, and yeah, that's literally how the line came, because I started writing at like really late at night in the morning. So yeah, there you go.
True, my imagination's been wild since a kid. I've always been like this. True.
My imagination's been wild since a kid. I've always like during elementary school, I would like write stories, and like fictional stories like based off of like Avengers and stuff, superheroes, and off an episode of Adventure Time with that like murder mystery episode. And like I would just write stories as like a little kid, which I really love doing because it's just fun to do and just let your imagination go out, especially as a kid, because anything is possible. There's no limit. um and I've always been like this. Is just because why not keep the imagination going? If you lose your imagination, it's sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be scary, but you shouldn't never lose your imagination, because that's what keeps you creative and going and unique. Yeah, and I just want to say, completely sidetracked, but this is me talking about the title now of the song, Authentic. I won't even lie, I couldn't think of a title for this song, like even after I finished it. Sometimes I'll finish writing a song and I'll look through like the entire song lines and just try to pick out a word and see, okay, maybe this will fit. And then when I sent it for mix and mastering, I just titled it as Authentic because I had to make a line or a title off on the spot, and the original title of the beat was called Authentic, so I just used Authentic. So yeah, there you go. That's how Authentic title was made.
I might just start spazzing out like I'm throwing fits. I'm focused on my journey. Mind your own business.
This line is inspired by Hobson when he was on a song with NF on Lost, where he said something like he's gonna like throw fits, or something that's just what I remember, like a line out of that. And so that was hugely inspired when I said I might just start spazzing out like I'm throwing fits. Um, yeah, I'm focused on my journey, mind your own biz. Like that's just me basically saying like you should focus on your journey. Don't focus too much on mine. Like we all got our own journeys. Like just do you. Don't worry too much about me. Like I'm just gonna do me, and you do you. That simple.
Really been a ripper and a meticulous bitter. Keep talking like you're bitter, you gotta lose. If you wanna be a winner, isn't it a hard pill to swallow? Listen to the facts, do you follow? When there's no more in the cup, what do you do when it's hollow? There might be no tomorrow, that's the hardest thing to take. And my mind has been racing around in a rap back and forth like I'm pacing. I might just go fierce, I'd stay.
I tried to make a fast flow, but I couldn't really, just because I think it might have been the BPM. Um, I don't really know, but I mean, it still sounds a little bit fast, and just the way I try to deliver the flow and words out. And I experimented with it, trying to figure out what words to put in first and stuff like that, and where to place them, and which ones go first, middle, and last, and stuff like that. So, meticulous Victor, that's just me saying like I make meticulous, which means like you're very careful and precise. You show great attention to detail. I just looked that up earlier, just saying. So, um, that's basically me saying I'm precise in my victories. I'm careful with my wins. Like I show great attention. Like I'm gonna show great attention to detail and stuff and my like victories and stuff like that. It's just like whatever I do in the victories, I'm gonna like you know show precision, carefulness, and uh, you know um, just being. I'm losing train of thought. Showing great detail in my victories. There. Um, keep talking like you're bitter. You gotta lose if you want to be a winner. Keep talking like you're bitter is basically me, talking about people that will comment and stuff like that, and like clown you and doubt you and stuff like that. It's just crazy. Um, yeah, that's just like a little reference to them, like keep talking like you're bitter. Like me calling them bitter, pretty much. Um, and you gotta lose if you want to be a winner. Isn't it a hard pill to swallow? Yeah, it is. Honestly, like if you don't understand you have to fail in order to win, you'll be stuck like in whatever you're in. And sometimes you have to lose to win. Sometimes you gotta just be pushed down uh to be a winner. And as Chadwick Boseman said, I got on my wall. He said, where is it? Sometimes you need to get knocked down to understand where your fight is. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But yeah, it's true. Sometimes you need to get knocked down to understand where your fight is. Um, this is gonna be a long dissection because this is all in one like flow with the song. With a verse. Listen to the facts. Do you follow? When there's no more in the cup, but you do when it's hollow. Listen to the facts. Do you follow? Is basically me saying, like when facts are being like said by people, are you following along? Are you just like listening? Like, and when there's no more in the cup, what do you do when it's hollow? That's me literally just saying, uh, like you picture a cup. When there's no more in the drink, what do you do when there's like no more? Like that's another like I think maybe metaphor, but that's like me also saying when there's no more things to do, picture like a cup. When there's no more things to do in your cup, and it's hollow, what do you do? Like what are you going to do next? Um, there might be no tomorrow. That's the hardest thing to take in. That is the hardest thing to take in, just because we all don't want to really think about that too much. Like we just want to be able to live, be in the moment, and to able to just wish everything was forever. And that is hard to take in. That there might be no tomorrow, which is scary to think about. And but I mean, I guess that's why we gotta learn to just appreciate every moment and memory and everything we do. So, um, My mind has been racing around and around, back and forth, like I'm pacing. My mind has been racing, like, NASCAR, around and around, like, the track is like, they go around and around, back and forth, back and forth, like I'm pacing. And that's also me saying, like my mind is making me pacing, like I'm just going back and forth, So there's like two different meanings in that one. And I might just go Furious at Statham. That's just the basic reference to Jason Statham from the Fast and Furious movie. Um, I believe it's seven. I'm not sure. I had to think of a line, and I thought it Statham, either that or Jason, like Jason Voorhees. And then I stuck with Statham because I think it just fit better instead of my Jason line. So that's a reference to Jason Statham. Correct me if I'm wrong about the movie or the Fast and Furious movie. Um, so yeah, there you go. This was a really long dissection for that one part of the verse.
Hey. I've had friends trying to leave on me for no reason at all. Somebody once told me you tried too hard. Well, at least I tried that DM when it shows me where you currently are.
So, short story is, I would be in these Discord servers, and I would go into people's DMs and be like, hey, I don't mean to bother you, but is it okay if I ask you a question? And then if they say yes, I would ask them if they'd be okay to listen to like a song I dropped. And just know I'm very blessed and thankful and grateful and appreciative to those that really did listen to it and took the time out of the day to give my song a listen. So thank you to them, and grateful and blessed and appreciative for them. But there's this one person that after they listened to my song, he literally said, "You try too hard," and I'm like, and that's where the next line comes in, where like at least I would prefer to try, and you'd rather try than quit first, or fail, or that doesn't make sense. Yeah, you would rather try before quitting, and that DM did, it shows me where that person currently is. Like, it's either you try and give it your all, or either you don't, which I can understand where they're getting at, because sometimes less is more. So I guess I understand where they're coming at, but like, you try too hard, like, bro, like, what? I'm gonna try, I'm gonna give my all, I'm gonna do my best. So don't try to tell me you try too hard when that's only gonna show me where you currently are. So that's all I gotta say.
People used to doubt me way before I even hit the start. I still got the screenshots reminding me who these fools are, and to remember the ones that hated, they really tried to tear my dreams apart.
I remember there, like, 2-3 years ago, I would do karaoke, right? Like a lot of karaoke, and I was in this karaoke Discord server with my friends, and I remember I was rapping a Logic song, and there were these trolls that just came in the server, and they heard me for a bit, and then later on they just straight up clowned me. And then I remember another time where there was this karaoke event going on in this, like, another Discord server, and like, guaranteed I would say I was bad like before as compared to now. I think I improved. I'm better. But there was this one dude, like, that went in my DM, like, shut up, like, you are crap, or whatever. He didn't say crap, but he, like, people, he would enter my DM and just say that, like, that's, like, you that angry, I guess. And I do have screenshots of it. I have screenshots just to remind me, be like, these are the people that doubted me, and if they ever try to, like, hop on the wagon or stuff like that, I'm gonna remember you. I'm going to be like, I remember you doubted me, so don't ever try to say that, you're a fan when you are the one that doubted me in the beginning, yeah, so that's that line.
Can't be hanging with the people that don't produce the same energy. Can't be hanging with the people that only likes to discourage and belittle me. That to me, you're an enemy.
This is just me basically talking about, like, terms of growth, and just having, like, real conversations, like, here and there. Can't always be hanging with people. This is just me being, honest. And this also refers to that one girl in the first line, regarding, like, the Discord server that I was in and I joined the VC and stuff like that. Um, but I would always see, like messages in like the chat room where sometimes they would like just be straight up mean to each other and just like, clown each other even though they're friends. Like I don't know how y'all work, but I mean, like if you're my friend, I probably wouldn't like take that lightly, and not like, like that like you can't be hanging with the people that don't produce the same energy. If they produce bad energy, you can't be hanging with them. That's just simple. Can't be hanging with the people that likes to discourage and belittle me, just like as I said. And if you do, like constantly, like if it's a joke, it's fine. But like if you do it constantly and like like yo, to me you are an enemy. Like I don't mess with you anymore. Hop off. Like it can't be around you anymore. That simple.
Be true, be you, that's where the laid back. Ay, I won't even lie, I've been MIA on the gram as a late writer raps. Focus on this mixtape. When you got a deadline, there's no time to waste.
That's a reference to Layback, the YouTuber, the rapper, the music artist. Shout out to Layback. Check him out. He's really cool with his reactions and stuff. I learned a lot from him too, just based off his reactions and whatever he says, and puts out a good message with like health is wealth. So yeah, shout out to him. And I have there was that was a time where I said I won't even lie, I've been MIA on the gram as a late writing raps, focus on this mixtape. That was a time where I was barely on Instagram, trying my best. Like I didn't really care for it at all. Like I just didn't like Instagram and just didn't want to be on it. So I just didn't have Instagram on my phone, I believe, or either I just didn't go on it. And I was focused on the mixtape, trying to write raps and not to be focused too much on social media. And when I say when you got a deadline, there's no time to waste. Like to me, that is what a deadline's for, because if you have a deadline, you're gonna be more. To me, at least, you're gonna be more focused. I'm gonna be more focused. I don't know if this resonates to you, but like if you have a deadline, you're gonna be more focused. You're gonna be, like moving forward instead of trying to stall, because once you get close to that deadline, it's all on you. So there's no time to waste once you get a deadline and stuff to submit, because with DistroKid, I have a couple weeks to let my music to be submitted before it goes into the official date to be released. So it can be added to all the stores and some playlists and stuff like that. Even though I don't really get added to playlists, I don't think. I mean, it's fine. Not really, but so yeah, there you go.
Waste writing what I feel, don't expect one lane. Dreams are the things that I gotta up.
This line is basically me saying, like, writing what I feel, don't expect one lane. The way I envision it was one lane and then another lane and then another lane, which is like, for example, you could take one lane as like I want to call it like a turn up, not really turn up, but I don't know, like hard song, I guess, which is like authentic, that's the way it's supposed to be. And then another lane which is like more serious, which is like One Day or Deeper Than Rap. And then another lane is some sort of like sad type of one, like some of the sad songs on the mixtape. Like writing what I feel, don't expect one specific lane for me to write, and don't expect me to like make don't expect me to make serious songs all the time, don't expect me to make hard songs all the time. So yeah.
10, I'm not tripping on some fame, that was not what the 100 decided to do when I chose to play this.
So this right here is a double entendre. I posted on my Instagram where I say, I'm not tripping on some fame, that was not what the hunter decided to do when I chose to play this game. That's a double entendre. The first meaning is me telling, like basically saying, the hunter inside of me did not, trip too much about fame when I chose to play this game, hence the rap game. And then the second meaning is, it's a reference to Triple H from WWE. Before his name Triple H was like born, he was known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley before. Like that was his other wrestler name, and some people call him Hunter. So yeah, that's another meaning, which is like, I'm not tripping on some fame, that was not what the hunter, basically me saying Triple H and like his other name, people call him Hunter. That's not what the Hunter decided to do when I chose to play this game. When I say I chose to play this game, is basically is like his catchphrase, or his like when his theme music plays is when it's time to play the game, and like that's his whole catchphrase is the game. So like Hunter Triple H, and then decided to play this game, which is his catchphrase. So yeah, that's what that line means. I feel I'm explaining this very well. I'm trying to, at least, because I feel like this is one of the hardest lines, just because of the whole like double meaning, in my opinion. So definitely one of my favorites.
Game, used to working Mickey D's for a minimum wage. Then I quit my job cause I had a dream to chase. One of the dummy decisions I made, but would I be where I'm now if I never quit that?
Alright, yeah, I did work at McDonald's, my very first job. I did quit because I wrote on the note for like mental health reasons. And I also put on the note like I have a dream to chase. That was so stupid. That was a dummy decision. But then again, I think like if I never have quit, would I be as like focused or be where I'm at in terms of this music stuff, or be where I'm at in general if I never did? Like there's always things where I'm thinking like, or sometimes we think about like, where would we be if we never did this, or if we never did that, or if we did this, So that's just how that line came together.
Hey, some me I perceive this entire thing as music. I perceive it as therapy. Depends on how you use.
Some people do perceive this music, it's just music, right? Nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I'll perceive it as, some artists, I believe, we perceive it as therapy. Is just like a way to vent and just let out what we're feeling, and especially on the mic we could just like express what we're feeling in our tone of voice, and how we write in our pen, and how we just produce our music, and how our music is just overall like shown out into the world. So it does depend on how you use it. Me saying it depends on how you use it in terms of therapy, whether that's venting, tone of voice, talking on the mic, and yeah.
You never really know what you can do till you do it. Gripping on the mental, I can't lose.
This line's pretty simple, you never really know what you can do till you do it. That's also I was inspired. That line was inspired by NF. I forgot what song it was, but I believe he said something like, "You never know what you can do until you do it." And I just try my best to like say it in my own words. Gripping on the mental, I can't lose it. That's basically me saying having a good mentality. I'm gripping on it. I can't risk to lose it, because if I do, I can't, risk myself into a bad mentality, because that would just make things terrible. So, yeah, that's how it goes.
Snaking this OCD telling me what I can't be, saying I can't be successful. Why? Throwing off fear thoughts like blackmail, cause I don't follow your terms when you're trying to waste my.
I don't know about some people, but like sometimes like the OCD, sometimes there's like a difference between like this part of OCD and this part of OCD. Correct me if I'm wrong, sorry if I am. But like OCD, some people might think like, just be trying to be perfect, perfectionist in a way. But sometimes OCD will be an extreme way sometimes, where it's like if you don't do it this way multiple times, or like even if you do multiple times, you still have to continuously do it. And if you don't do it, like it's literally like blackmail. It's like throwing out fear threats just to make you be trapped in that one area till you do it. And it's like it sucks. It's very stupid. Like how the OCD just does that. But I mean, it's crazy what our mind can do sometimes, just OCD and stuff like that. And yeah, like if like me saying, because I don't throwing off fear threats like blackmail because I don't follow your terms when you're trying to waste my time. Yeah, like that's throwing off fear threats like blackmail. Even when I'm not trying to do what it's saying, even sometimes it's good for me, because it's like maybe I'm missing something that's trying to tell me to do, like fix this, or like do this multiple times, because it might help me even if I don't know it. But I just decide not to do it sometimes, because it's like there's so many times where it's like it's always, like fear threats. Like I don't like that, and so many times where that's happened to where like I just don't believe it would be good for me. And some of them are just not good, and some of them can be good at times. It depends. And when you're trying to waste my time is me being like, you keeping me trapped in like this one part of this area that I'm in. When you tell me to do things 5 times and then I do it, or if I don't do it right 5 times, then I got to do it again, and then even if I do it 5 times, I got to do it again, stuff like that. So causing that allows me to waste time, and that sucks. But I've slowly learned to break past that and just you know stay focused and move forward, because what really helped me is the word of God, and knowing that He's in control and that everything will be okay. Because that OCD will throw off fear threats, but believing in God and believing in Jesus, that it does help me, and just know that everything will be okay, and that they're in control, and that everything will be alright. So.
Waste my time, MAngeloMusic, pay respects to the legends and solely on hitting it without him. Your favorite artist probably wouldn't be here today. Bounce inspiration from others to others like it's a.
Alright, yeah. First and foremost, rest in peace to Mac Miller. I was gonna add that in the first verse, but I just didn't. Like in the last couple lines of the first verse. But yeah, rest in peace to Mac Miller, and rest in peace to all the legends that helped pave the way. DMX, X, Peep, Biggie, Tupac, all the legends, man. Rest in peace. But yeah, I think I wrote that on my notepad, and then I just added on to it because I was looking through that to add on to the last part of the first verse, and I think I put rest in peace to Mac Miller for respects to the legends and so on, and I didn't add that to the last part of the first verse, and I added it to the third verse instead. Not quite sure why, but yeah, this is basically me saying, this is simple. Pay respects to the legends that sadly aren't here today, because really without them, your favorite artist wouldn't be here today. you know, and bounce inspiration from others to others like it's a chain. It is, if you want, we get inspired based off of like things and people, and it's literally like a chain. Like one person gets inspired, and then another person gets inspired by them, another person gets inspired by that person, and then they get inspired by that person, and it's literally like a chain, like it's going on forever. So that's just how it goes. Once again, rest in peace to the legends and everybody that passed away.
Chain, planning what I say like I'm writing a script. Life is a movie, Lord help directing the train. When I'm off the rails, directing the lane. When I hit a stick.
This is another simple one. Planning what I say like I'm writing a script. Like that is literally me planning, like writing on my notepad, and then I'm gonna write and then say it, and when I go to the mic, and then try to, say it, spit it out loud. And life is a movie. Lord help direct it. That's me saying, asking the Lord and to help direct my life and make sure I'm going in the right direction. Also asking Him to direct the train when I'm off the rails. That's me saying when I'm off the rails, I guess you can call me as that train, I guess. So when I'm off the rails, asking the Lord to help direct me to get back on the right, rails, and get back on the rails in general, and to, stay focused and move forward, and to not be blinded by anything negative and stuff like that, and to, just believe in His word, let Him direct it, trust in Him, have faith in Him, and believe in Him. And also saying directing the lane when I hit a stick shift. I'm trying to figure that out again. Directing the lane when I hit a stick shift, another simple one. Directing the lane that I'm in when I choose to hit a different shift. Or what I'm saying is when I hit a stick shift is like hitting a change in life, and being in new skin and being part of something different. So basically asking Him to direct the lane that I'm in, that I'm driving on, whenever I hit a stick shift, when I hit something new, when I enter new skin and enter something different, with everything new, stuff like that. So just asking Him to direct my life and just help us to let Him direct and trust in Him, have belief in Him, have faith in Him, with everything we do in our life, since our life is like a movie.
Learning to do things on my own, I can't have my hand held forever. Stuck back in choices. Is it for worse or for better? I don't know, but there goes a leap of faith, not knowing. If you drown, come back clever. If you fall, come back better, not knowing. If you drown, come back clever. If you fall, come back better.
Basically, what I mean by this is stuff like, you know, when you are a kid, like, you usually your parents usually do things for you, but as you get older, you got to learn to do things on your own because you're probably going to be not in the household anymore, and you got to learn how to do laundry, pay rent, stuff like that, so that's basically me saying, learn, like, you got to learn to do things on your own because you can't have your hand held forever, and yeah, me saying stuck making choices is basically, like, me, basically that is a line me talking about going in between, like, two lines that I wrote, like one line, maybe sometimes I write two lines or three or four, and for just to figure out what that one line specifically will be. So, like, it's experimenting almost, pretty much. And like, that's me saying, like, I'm stuck in these choices, like, all of them probably feel good and sound good, but I don't know which one to choose. And then, like, will it be for worse or for better in this song when I put it out? And then there goes me saying, like, taking that leap of faith, without like going head first, diving in head first, without knowing if you'll drown or come back clever, or if you fall or come back better. And to be honest, I couldn't think of another line after that, so I just repeated it, and that's how that first half of the third verse ends.
Sometimes you gotta walk on the journey alone when the people you thought would be on the journey with you are the ones now on the same boat. But I guess you can't blame them though, cause we all got our own journey to walk on. I guess what'll make it unpleasant is if they switch up and start attacking you some way. Turn face, turn fake, and show us like you never seen before.
So basically, the reason for this line was because there is this friend I had, and, like, I've come to a conclusion pretty much that, like, she won't be part of this journey that I'm on. Maybe not, I don't know. But, and then, like, then again, that hit me, like, you can't really blame them because everybody has their own journey. Everybody has things they're doing on their own. Like, you can't blame them, really. So it's like, you can't put blame on anybody, really. And sometimes you have to walk on the journey alone when the people you thought would be on the journey with you. So basically, like, when the people you thought would be there helping you, supporting you, aren't the people doing it, sometimes you got to do it alone. And as I said earlier, like, you can't blame them though, because we all got our journey to walk on, and with our own dreams and goals, and we got we can't really focus on other people's journey and their dreams and goals. The only thing we can do is really support them, help them, and be there for them. And what will make it unpleasant is if they switch up and start attacking you, and that's when it's like, that's when you can really start to get really angry and stuff like that. Is that if they start attacking you on your journey and just start to switch up on you just out of the blue, show jealousy, envy, rage, anger, stuff at you, stuff like that, in some way, turn face, turn fake, and show us that you never seen before. That's like, like, they showed a side of you before you were even on this journey that you started on. And that's also me saying, like, when you're on this journey and then you hit a highest point, and then those people or that friend will be, this is just me thinking about it, like, when I wrote that line, like, I'm imagery, like, I think a lot about imagery, and this is just, like, that one person showing a side, like, they're all nice and kind, like they show support to you, like, when you're at your low, but when you hit your high, they don't do the same thing. They feel envy and rage and jealousy and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just how the line goes.
Matter of fact, walking the journey with the ones you know and have shown, those sticking through to the very end of the road. And that it might sound a bit arduous, but I get.
And then to end it off, this is, well, not to end it off, this is me saying, back on the journey thing, walk with the ones that really show support. They have shown loyalty, they'll stick with you to the very end of the road. And that me saying that might sound a bit arduous, but I guess arduous is like hard to do or understand, and it might be, it could be hard, difficult to understand for some people, especially if people switched up on them. And but I guess, as long you keep walking on the journey, God's going to show you who the real ones are, and who's loyal to you, and who will stick with you to the very end of the road. And those are the real people you should walk on the journey with. And yeah.
Time will only notice before us, but I guess time will only have the stamp to recognize before we start to realize.
And then me saying time will only notice before us, that's me saying, like, thinking, time is ahead, like time will only know, and also God as well. Time, it'll show who the real ones are. Like I said, it might be a little difficult, but we never know. But time and God will know who's going to be loyal and who's going to stick with you on the journey, and those are the ones you should walk on the journey with you. And this is also me with my wordplay, but I guess time will only have the stamp. That's just me saying timestamp because, but I guess time will only have a stamp. Like, time will have a stamp in this part of your life that you don't even know, or God will have a timestamp in this life that you don't even know, as long as you're walking on the journey. Just keep pushing forward in life. A stamp you never know that, you might sometime, maybe you will hit that stamp and be like, okay, these, and then you start to understand. And then me saying to recognize before we start to realize, time will and God will, have the stamp to, know where we're going to be and who's going to show loyalty and stuff like that. And, the time and God will only know, we won't know. And they'll recognize it before us beforehand in the future. And before we start to realize is basically me saying, they'll notice before us, before we start to realize what everything transpired in the back really was meant to be. So it's like a blessing in disguise in a way. And there goes that entire song, Authentic. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this dissection video, hopefully it's not as long as Deeper Than Rap, because Deeper Than Rap was like 43 minutes, and a little longer, I think. But if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment. That it really does help. Helps with the YouTube algorithm, gets people to see this and stuff. And leave us subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you'll get notified whenever I drop a song, or something really. And I'll be posting more of this mixtape dissection, and I'll put the link to the Deeper Than Rap dissection and then link to the other song dissection whenever I make it, which should be later today or tomorrow maybe. And thank you guys for watching. If you watched through this entire thing, you are a legend. I respect you for that, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you, and I'm blessed for you, and I'm thankful for you. And so I'll see you guys in the next one. And
Journey, mind your own biz. Really been a ripper and a meticulous. Better keep talking like you're bitter. You gotta lose if you wanna be a winner. Isn't it a hard pill to swallow? Listen to the facts. Do you follow? When there's no more in the cup, what do you do when it's hollow? There might be no tomorrow. That's a hard thing to take. And my mind has been racing and running around back and forth like I'm pacing. I might just go fierce. I'd stay.